Hello everybody, my name is Dustin Williams. I have been asked to put together a video for you guys to talk a little bit about Olympians, Olympic athletes and their nutrition, because I know that's what you guys are studying and talking about a little bit in class. So I want to give you a little bit of background on myself. Again, my name is Dustin Williams. I'm the owner and head coach of Precision Fitness here in Bentonville. I've got quite a bit of experience whenever it comes to dealing with athletes and nutrition, not necessarily Olympic athletes, but I am also the regional head judge for the Natural Bodybuilding Federation. So I train a lot of fitness competitors. I've helped bodybuilders, bikini competitors, figure competitors, all step on stage and look their absolute best, dealing a lot with nutrition to get them to those low body fat percentages necessary to look good on stage. When it comes to nutrition, nutrition is an extremely broad topic. Ultimately, it's kind of an educated guessing game, to tell you the truth. There is no perfect equation that you can put together and add a couple of things in and say, okay, this person based on these things needs exactly this many calories, this much protein. It just doesn't exist, honestly. There are calculations that you can put together to get a good idea of where they should be, but ultimately we have to see how everybody's body reacts individually whenever we get them where they're supposed to be. And then you have to make adjustments and tweaks based on how their body reacts. So again, it's all just kind of an educated guessing game, but there are a lot of factors that come into play whenever you're trying to figure out where somebody needs to be nutrition-wise. So I kind of want to talk about those a little bit, see if I can't help you guys out some. So the first thing that you really need to take into account is gender. Obviously, a male and female are not going to require the same amount of calories. You've got males automatically have a lot more testosterone, our hormone levels are higher, we generally carry more muscle mass. Those are two really big factors whenever it comes to your metabolic rate. So you need to know your gender. The other thing is age. Typically, as we age, our metabolism tends to decline. So the older an individual is, sometimes the less calories they require. You also have to take into account height and weight. Those are two big things that are going to play a big difference. Like myself, I'm about 5'10", 190 pounds. I'm not going to have the same calorie requirements as somebody who's 6'5", 250. We're going to have different calorie requirements. So you need to know the height and weight. Taking the weight to the next level, you need to know somebody's body fat percentage as well. So you can take two people that are the same gender, the same age, the same height, and same weight, and you can have somebody who is at 10% body fat compared to somebody who's at 30% body fat. And if you do that, then the muscle mass between the two different people are going to be huge. And muscle mass being one of the biggest dictators of metabolism, the person that's got more muscle mass is immediately going to require a higher calorie intake than the person with less muscle mass. So whenever it comes to weight, you really need to know the body fat percentage too, so that you know where they're at muscle mass wise. Then whenever we start separating out your average individual compared to your Olympic athlete, that's where activity level starts to come in. So how active is each individual? And you need to be able to take that into account also depending upon what sport they're participating in. So you can take somebody like Michael Phelps, who has openly admitted to taking in sometimes upwards of 10,000 calories in a day, and he still stays lean. But think about the calorie requirements he has, the energy requirements he has on a daily basis. This guy is in a pool swimming every single day for hours on end. That takes a lot of energy in order to be able to keep up with everything he's got going on. So he's got to be able to take all those calories in. Then you can compare that to, say, like Olympic curling, all right? You're basically taking a rock and you're sliding it across a piece of ice. That's not going to take anywhere near the same amount of calories as somebody who's constantly in a pool for hours at a time. So you need to know their activity levels. The less activity they have, the less calories they're going to need. Then the final thing that really is going to come into play are their overall goals. What are they trying to accomplish? Are they just looking for maintenance? So I don't want to add weight. I don't want to take away weight. You know, I'm right where I need to be. So maintenance or fat loss. Maybe they need to lose some fat. They need to drop down, get into a better fat loss range. Maybe they have weight limits that they have to hit. So like Olympic weightlifting, they have different weight categories that they're in. So they might need to drop weight in order to make a certain weight limit that they need to be at. So if their goal is fat loss as compared to maintenance, then their calories are going to have to be a little bit lower because they're trying to get into a negative energy balance to get the fat loss to accompany the diet. Or if it's muscle gain, so you're trying to add more size, add more muscle. In this case, you're obviously going to take in a few more calories because you're trying to add more. You're trying to get your body to create muscle mass out of the calories and energy that you're taking in. So quite a few different things that you got to take into account whenever you're figuring a calorie range, macronutrient breakdown for each individual. Take all those into account whenever you're figuring it up. I hope that this helps you guys out, and good luck with everything you got going on.